I greet you in the love and the light of the Ultimate One Creator. And I want you to understand something if you're interested in some of the things I talk about. Who is the Creator? There he is. It's sunlight. It's hard to see the sun there, people, but it's sun. It's the sun. That is consciousness, that is thought. That is God. That is each and every one of us. That is the trees, the birds, the leaves. Everything that's ever existed all come from the light, the light. As people can probably tell, I'm out at Ormsby Hall, just having a little walk this morning, listening to the birds, listening to the vibration, feeling good, high vibrations. Yeah, happy person. I was wanting to offer people over the summer months, you know, who are going on holiday, money might be a bit tight and whatever, because I know how expensive it is. I was wanting to offer lifts to the airports, you know, for a contribution to my favourite charity. Yeah, just to try to help people a bit if I can. You know, awkward times and all that, you know, and middle of the night jobs and all that. I don't mind. I'm free as a bird, as the saying goes, people. I'm just happy, just living my life, at peace with the world. You know, I'm offering me guided meditations too, to people if they want them. You know, if they've got little problems in their life, they can't seem, you know, they keep running into the same problem, going round in the old circle again, people. We've all done it, and no one more than I. But now I'm I and I, and I give thanks for that. So, you know, if you need any help with, I don't know, stopping smoking, losing weight, drugs are not the answer, people. You know, injecting yourself with drugs to lose weight, promise you it's not the answer. It'll give you more problems than it will solution. It might lose weight, but it'll give you more problems in the long run. And you know, stopping smoking, maybe, I don't know. Anything's possible within the guided meditation world. You know, anything, and I mean absolutely anything. £1 million house, you know, the Ferrari, whatever you want to achieve. Obviously, some things are harder to achieve than others. You know, like I have a couple of people who struggle with leaving the house that I'm trying to help them with, you know. You know, just little things like that. You know, that might you know, be running into problems, self-confidence, stuff like that. You know, anything really, anything's achievable within the meditation, within, you know, your mindset. You know, you've just got to become the vibration of the thing that you're trying to achieve in your life. You know, I've done some extensive research over the years, you know, since 2014 maybe, you know, I've been on this path. You know, but I do have times where I fall off the path, innit? You know what I mean? But, you know, when you're on that path, it's blinding. It's blinding, you know, and everything goes easy in your life. You know, easy. You know, life's not meant to be a struggle. It's most definitely not meant to be a struggle. It's meant to be easy. You know, and it's certainly become easier being I and I. You know, and what I mean by I, Christ consciousness, you know. You know, become at one with the environment. become at one with things, you know. Don't go against the grain, which I have done loads in my life. Loads, too much to mention. But, you know, be at one with peace. You know, be at one with the nature. You know, be at one with the sun. You know, it's such a beautiful place we live in, on the Teesside area. But just be at peace with the world, isn't it? And that's what life's really about, really. You're not going across the grain. But, you know, we've all done it at times in our lives. And I don't care what anyone says. Everybody has. There's a meditation with the monks tonight. I might make it, I might not. See how things go. But, you know, it's you know, I just become busy starting around that time. But I did one with Sam the other day, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Over in India, Sam's in India. This is one of my favourite trees up on this little walk I do. It's only a short walk, you know, less than half a mile, maybe it's a mile there and back. It's only a short walk just to fit in with my life. Nicola's at the dentist today, so she's nipping it. You know what I mean? This is my favourite, one of my favourite trees. I call it the tree of life. You know what I mean? Because it's, I'm going to try and give you a better view of that. Let's have a go at that. Yeah, it's a beautiful tree. I've always liked it. I used to sit under there when I first woke up. One of the times I woke back up, because I've gone to sleep more than once. One of the things I like about that tree, it's only short, you know, and the leaves are low, but it's a beautiful one. I just love being in the nature, you know, and I do it more in the summer months than I do in the winter months, of course, for obvious reasons, but just be at peace. Anyway, moral of the story, lifts to the airport if you need it, and guided meditations. You know, people may think meditating's for the voodoo or, you know, some kind of madness, but, you know, praying is meditation. You know, you find yourself staring at the wall sometimes, and, you know, you just lose a little minute. That's meditation, you know. Thoughts meditation, really. You know, and clearing what we call your chattery part of your mind, or your egoic part of your mind. You know, it's not all me. And in meditation, you leave your ego behind and listen to your God self. And that's what it's all about. God. You know, and I like giving the people the knowledge about it, you know. You know, my extensive knowledge about you know, the Egyptians, Atlantis, you know, all the stuff I know about. You know, and I like passing it on to people, because that's the only way to share what we know. And if we don't share it, the world keeps going round in this negative space. Oh, there's squirrels there. And who wants to go around in the negative space? It's so much time since 2022. We've been in the positive space, but we're still kicking the can down the road. A lot of people, anyway. You know, of negativity. You know, and I give thanks for just having one foot in one part and one foot in the other part. From times that, you know, that I've went back to the negative, you know. But I'm in the positive space at the moment, so I keep it real, innit? Love you people, innit? If you need me, you know where I am. Blessed love, blessed love.